My name is Isaac from the Innovation Consortium, and today I would like to share with you about Allen keys, the purpose they serve, and how to use them basically. So what are Allen keys? Allen keys are just wrenches we use for fastening mechanical fasteners basically. Those could be Allen bolts, as you can see, but they normally fit in Allen caps. You can see these are fasteners we are having here, but they are having Allen caps. This is a countersunk screw, a high tensile countersunk screw, but on top it's having an Allen cap, and that's where an Allen key sits. We are having an Allen cap, bolt or screw, as you can see. It's an Allen cap, but at the top you can see a socket, an Allen cap socket. It's where the Allen key sits to fasten or loosen this fastener or this screw. The same applies to other fasteners. It could be a cheese head, it could be hexagonal, but it's having a socket, an Allen cap socket. So all of those fasteners, we use Allen keys to loosen or tighten those fasteners. So basically, that's the purpose they serve. In the industry, we use fasteners in fittings. It could be a joint, it could be a sprocket like this one, it could be a grinder like this one, the fittings on the grinder. We fasten them with Allen screws. It could be a bearing. A bearing has grub screws, but those grub screws also have Allen caps, the one you see inside, the one you're seeing inside here. It could be a coupling. You see the taper lock. The taper lock is also having a screw, but it's also having an Allen cap. So all Allen caps on the screws, we use Allen keys to fasten or loosen those fasteners. So basically, that's the purpose they serve. To explain how we use, or before we explain, we can take a physical view, or we can see how an Allen key looks like, the structure of an Allen key, or the tool itself. So the tool itself, the Allen key I'm talking about, I'm having a set here of these components, and these are what we call Allen keys. There are two sets I'm having here, but they are all Allen keys. I'll be explaining the difference later on. So these ones are called the torx Allen keys, and these ones, they are called the hexagonal or hex Allen keys. So to briefly explain how we use an Allen key to fasten, or in our daily works, in our daily fitting works or mechanical works, maintenance works. So take for instance, you're having a sprocket. This is a sprocket. A sprocket is normally having fasteners, and if you're to look closely inside here, there are those Allen cap screws which are fastening the two half sprockets. It couldn't be a sprocket, but you can see there is a bearing also here. It's having these grub screws, but inside the grub screws, there are these sockets, hexagonal sockets, and it's where the Allen key sits. So to tighten or loosen the flange or the bearing itself. It could be this taper lock. There are these grub screws in the taper lock of this coupling. So there is also a hexagonal socket inside this grub screw, and it's an Allen key to tighten or loosen this grub screw for the taper lock for this unit of the coupling. You could be having a grinder, an angle grinder. As you can see the fittings, there are those screws there. They have sockets, and those sockets are Allen sockets, or it's an Allen key to fasten or loosen those screws you're seeing over there. So how we use them, it's what I'm going to explain briefly. And I hope by the end of the session, everybody will be knowing how to use the Allen keys and the role they serve in the maintenance works. So, if I'm having, I will be starting with the taper lock. I'm having a socket. A socket, it's hexagonal inside this grab screw. So I'll trace for the size of this socket or the hexagonal socket. I'll have to trace for the size of the hexagonal socket. And in my set, as you can see, it starts from 1.5 to 10 millimeters. So they can even exceed 10 millimeters. But for the set I'm having here, it starts from 1.5 to 10. They go to 12, 14, 18, 20, 25. But for the set I'm having here, it's a hexagon. I'm having hexagonal Allen keys from 1.5 to 10 millimeters. So where are those 10 millimeters? If I get my Allen key, take for instance, this is 10. The 10 millimeters across these flats, across the flats of this Allen key, they are 10 millimeters, as you can see. Across flats, it's 10 millimeters. So if I'm to loosen or tighten the taper lock, take for instance, it's here, I'll have to trace the exact size of the hexagonal socket, as you can see. So I have my set, I have the grab screw in the taper lock. So I trace for the suitable Allen key which can fit. As you can see, number 10 is bigger than the socket. I go to number 8. Number 8 is the next one. I go to number 8. It's also bigger than the socket. I go to number 6. Number 6 is also bigger than the socket. Then I head to the smaller ones. There is a number 5 over here. I go to number 5. As you can see, the number 5 is also bigger than the socket. Doesn't enter very well. So I head to a number 4, which is this one. These screws of this half sprocket, it's a slat band sprocket. If you can see very well, there are some screws which join these two halves of the sprockets. If I want to loosen, I just trace for the right size of the Allen key, which fits in the hexagonal socket. So I start with the number 10. As you can see, it doesn't fit very well. I go to a number 8. It's also bigger than the socket. I head to a number 6. Number 6 is also bigger than the socket of the Allen cap screw. Then I go to number 5. As you can see, number 5 has entered very well into the socket of the Allen cap screw. Then there I can loosen with the help of a wrench. I can loosen the Allen cap screw inside the half of these split sprockets, as you can see. After getting the right size, you can loosen or tighten these Allen cap screws with the help of the Allen keys. As you can see, we've extracted or loosened one of the screws. If I loosen, there are 4 of them. If I loosen this other one, I'm trying to dismantle or disassemble this half or split sprocket of the shaft. As you can see practically, I'm loosening the fasteners which are gripping it together to make it one unit. We loosen the second one, the third one as well. So the main purpose, I hope we are getting the clear picture, it's to loosen or tighten any mechanical fasteners. So the third one is down, the fourth one also we loosen. We are trying to loosen this split sprocket by the use of the Allen keys, or with the help of these Allen keys. So we are loosening the fourth one, and it's the final one of this split sprocket. So the fourth one is down. So after removing all of them, I've dismantled the split sprocket apart from the shaft, as you can see. So that's the role these Allen keys serve in our maintenance works. So it's dismantling, or in the fittings, or in the maintenance works, or joining two mechanical parts together. But the Allen keys, the role they serve, or the purpose they serve, is to fasten or to give the torque to these fasteners, the desired torque, whether loosening or tightening any joints in our maintenance works or in our fittings, basically. The same applies to the torx. We say these are the torx, or some of us call them some of the technicians call them the special Allen keys. For them, they are having splines instead of flats, but they also serve the same purpose. But these ones, basically, they work with screws with the same splines. They mesh with splines of this type, as you can see. So it's the same way. We look for the size which fits into the female torx. So it's showing it's smaller. So you start by looking or searching from the smaller Allen keys. As you can see, this is small, but it's slightly bigger than the socket. So you go to a smaller one. As you can see, it's a set from the bigger one to the smaller one. You search in the smaller ones to see which fits this screw. As you can see, this has fitted, and it's the size which has fitted is T20. So it's the size of the socket, and it's the size of the torx Allen key, which will be able to tighten or loosen this mechanical fastener or Allen cap screw. So basically, those are the Allen keys. Maybe to take the final example, if I'm to loosen, this is a grinder, but for it, it's having nothing like hexagonal socket. So all screws are in a torx socket. All screws have a torx socket. So we normally use these torx Allen keys to loosen or tighten these fasteners or these screws. So as you can see, lucky enough, it's the same size we are having here. So when I push it inside the screw, I will be able to loosen any of these fasteners on this angle grinder, as you can see. So any fittings with a socket, or any screw with a socket with splines inside, there are these torx Allen keys which do the fastening and loosening of those fasteners. So basically, I think that's it for the Allen keys, and I remain eyes up from the Innovation Consortium. Thanks for watching, and keep tuned in for our next episodes of how to